Okay, so how to do EFT tapping. So you want to make sure that you're in a place where you're going to feel comfortable to relax into the session, especially if you know that you're going to be tapping on something that brings up lots of deep emotions and gets you really feeling stuff. But also, okay, with me, like I've kind of got to the point now where I do tapping so much that I don't care that I'll be doing it on a walk and not really caring what people are thinking. But generally speaking, it's much better to be in a position where you can be really comfortable and feel like you can just relax into and focus on the session without any interruptions. So make sure you're wearing comfortable clothes in a comfortable space where you're not going to be interrupted and you're going to enjoy it so much more. You want to make sure that you have some water as well. Make sure that your body recognizes that you're taking care of it, even as you're going through some challenging emotions. Um, even if you're not tapping on something that is bringing challenging emotions, one of the tapping sessions that I'm going to do with you is it's a good day to have a good day. So, have your water. It's good to do some tapping. You're going to be moving some energy around. So, how do you do tapping? So, you're going to use your first two fingers. Now, you've got an option. You can do it with just one hand. I tend to do it with both hands. And you're going to tap through different meridian points on the body. So, you're going to start with the what's called the karate chop point, which is on the fleshy side part of the hand. So, you take your two fingers and you're just tapping here. So when we're doing our starting statements, this is where we're setting the tapping in. This is where we do it right here on the karate chop point. So in the next sequence, when you start the sequence, you're going to start on the top of the head. Again, two fingers. So you can do just one hand, or you can do both hands, tapping on both sides of the body on the crown of the head. Your next point is just where the eyebrows are meeting, just above the eyebrows there. So again, the 2 points, that just makes sure that it's really focused. And then your next point is in line with the corner of the eyes, just at the edge where the bone is, still your two fingers. Your next point is underneath the eye, again, just at the edge of the cheekbone, the top of it, eye bone. I should know this. Or should I? And then your next point is just on that little crest there. So on that Cupid's bow part of your lip. So you would just use one hand for that one there. And then your next point is right underneath the lip, under the crease. Then underneath that, next one, you got your collarbone. So where your collarbone is, just underneath that. And again, you can do that with both hands. And then your next point is underneath the armpit. So it's going to be in line with the bra strap for women. So tap under there. And then our final point is just bringing the two wrists together and tapping there. Now, you'll probably find that when you do tapping with different practitioners, different people use different points. They'll generally be in that order though, but I particularly like those ones. Not everybody uses the wrist, but I quite like that one. So when you're tapping, you're making sure that you're tapping lightly. So you're not going to do it really hard. You're just doing it really, really lightly, really gently as you tap through the points. You'll probably find that when you're first doing it anyway, you might find that it's a little bit uncomfortable or it gets a little bit tender after a while. In terms of how many tappings do you do on each point, it really depends. Again, if you're doing one that's like a guided tapping, you'll probably find that you're doing 5 to 10 on each point. But sometimes it's easier just to kind of tap for the amount of time that you're going through the statement. You'll start to find your groove once you've been doing it for a little while. you'll find that it's easier and easier to create your own scripts for doing the tapping, and it'll probably become quite the habit for you as well. But yeah, any questions, and just pop them in the box below.